Welcome to Cozy and Snug, your go-to destination for charming home design and interior ideas. Today, we're diving into the timeless beauty of vintage country decor, a perfect way to add warmth and character to a small cottage farmhouse. Whether you're looking to create a cozy retreat, embrace rustic charm, or bring nostalgic country vibes into your home, we've got you covered. From antique furniture and weathered wood to soft linens and vintage accessories, these ideas will transform your space into a dreamy countryside haven. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment below if you love vintage country decor as much as we do. Let's get started. Blending the old with the new, while embracing simplicity, comfort, and nostalgia. In a small cottage farmhouse, every detail matters. Think of it as a storytelling experience, where each piece carries a history, whether it's a distressed wooden table, an old rocking chair, or a delicate lace curtain. By incorporating vintage elements, you bring warmth and depth into your space, making it feel like a true home. The key to achieving this look is to focus on well-worn textures, natural materials, and a neutral yet earthy color palette. The beauty of vintage country decor lies in its imperfections: scuffed paint, aged wood, and hand-woven fabrics all add to the authentic feel of a cozy countryside home. A well-thought-out color palette sets the foundation for your vintage country decor. Soft, muted tones inspired by nature create a serene and inviting atmosphere. Opt for shades like warm beige, creamy whites, soft blues, and gentle sage greens. These hues reflect the charm of a countryside landscape and allow the decor elements to stand out beautifully. Earthy tones like terracotta, dusty rose, and mustard yellow can add a pop of color while keeping the rustic aesthetic intact. Avoid overly bright or modern colors, as they can clash with the traditional country feel. Instead, aim for a palette that exudes a soft, time-worn elegance. One of the hallmarks of vintage country decor is rustic wooden furniture. Whether it's an old farmhouse dining table, a distressed wooden cabinet, or a repurposed barn door, wooden pieces instantly add charm and character. Look for second-hand furniture with a weathered look, or give new furniture a distressed makeover using chalk paint and sanding techniques. The goal is to create a warm and lived-in feel, so embrace imperfections such as chipped paint, uneven edges, and aged wood grains. These details enhance the cottage farmhouse aesthetic, making your space feel like a slice of the past. Opt for vintage-style chairs, rocking chairs, or plush armchairs with floral or gingham upholstery. Slip-covered sofas in neutral tones add softness and a relaxed feel. Wicker or rattan seating can also bring a charming rustic element to your decor. Layer your seating with textured cushions, crocheted throws, or handmade quilts for extra coziness. Mixing different types of seating, such as a wooden bench at the dining table or a vintage armchair in the corner, creates a more eclectic and collected over time look. Vintage country decor thrives on antique and repurposed pieces that tell a story. Look for flea market finds, thrift store treasures, or family heirlooms to add authenticity to your space. Old suitcases stacked as side tables, an antique trunk as a coffee table, or a repurposed ladder used as a blanket rack all bring unique character. Don't be afraid to mix and match different eras. Combining Victorian, farmhouse, and rustic elements adds depth and personality to your home. Open shelving is a staple in vintage country kitchens and living spaces. Floating wooden shelves or vintage cabinets with glass doors allow you to display collections of antique dishes, mason jars, or handcrafted pottery. Mixing everyday essentials with decorative pieces creates a functional yet aesthetically pleasing display. Consider adding vintage tin signs, framed botanical prints, or handwoven baskets for added charm. Lighting plays a significant role in setting the mood of a vintage country home. Opt for warm and ambient lighting through antique-inspired fixtures such as wrought iron chandeliers, farmhouse lanterns, or brass sconces. Soft glowing table lamps with fabric shades and flickering candlelight enhance the cozy atmosphere. Edison bulbs, with their warm glow, also add a nostalgic touch to rustic light fixtures. Textiles bring softness and comfort to a cottage farmhouse. Choose natural materials like cotton, linen, and wool in vintage-inspired prints such as florals, stripes, or checks. Layering with lace curtains, embroidered tablecloths, and patchwork quilts adds depth and a handcrafted feel. Mix neutral linens with warm, earthy patterns to achieve that cozy, old-world charm. A vintage country kitchen feels welcoming and functional with a mix of rustic and nostalgic details. Consider a farmhouse sink, wooden countertops, or a distressed kitchen island. Hanging pots and pans from a ceiling rack, using open shelving to display antique dishware, and incorporating vintage canisters or enamelware add authenticity to the space. A farmhouse dining table is more than just a piece of furniture, it's the heart of a vintage country home. Whether you opt for a reclaimed wooden table, a distressed painted finish, or a long rustic trestle table, the charm lies in its simplicity and durability. These tables are often large and sturdy, making them perfect for gathering with family and friends. To enhance the vintage aesthetic, pair the table with mismatched wooden chairs, a weathered bench, or even some antique Windsor chairs. Layer the dining setup with linen table runners, ceramic plates, and vintage glassware for an inviting tablescape. A centerpiece of fresh wildflowers in an old milk jug or a rustic wooden bowl filled with seasonal fruits adds an organic and nostalgic feel. Consider adding an antique chandelier overhead or some wrought iron candle holders to bring a soft, warm glow to mealtime gatherings. Flowers and botanical elements are an essential part of vintage country decor, bringing life, color, and a fresh scent into your space. Incorporating floral prints in curtains, upholstery, and wallpaper adds a soft, romantic feel reminiscent of countryside homes from the past. Vintage-inspired floral wallpaper with delicate roses or small wildflower patterns can serve as an accent wall in the dining or bedroom area. Potted plants, such as lavender, rosemary, and ivy, add greenery and a natural touch, while dried flowers in glass jars or woven baskets provide year-round rustic beauty. Displaying fresh flowers in repurposed items, such as antique pitchers, enamelware jugs, or old mason jars, creates a charming, lived-in aesthetic. Botanical artwork, vintage seed packets, and old gardening tools hung on the wall add depth and authenticity. Whether fresh or dried, floral and botanical elements breathe life into your cottage farmhouse, making it feel welcoming and serene. creative ways to incorporate vintage charm into your home is by repurposing old doors and windows into statement decor pieces. Salvaged barn doors can be transformed into sliding interior doors, adding a rustic yet functional element to your home. Antique wooden doors with chipped paint make perfect headboards, bringing character and history to the bedroom. Vintage window frames, whether left empty or adorned with botanical wreaths, create stunning wall art. You can also use window frames as picture displays by clipping black and white family photos to them with twine and small clothespins. If you want a more functional approach, old window shutters can be repurposed into a mail or key holder by adding small hooks and baskets. These unique pieces tell a story and add undeniable charm to any small cottage farmhouse, reinforcing the idea that old things can always find new life with a little creativity. A vintage country farmhouse bathroom combines rustic elegance with simple, practical charm. To achieve this look, consider installing a clawfoot tub, a true classic that adds a sense of nostalgia and luxury. Pedestal sinks or antique-style vanities with distressed finishes enhance the old-world feel while maximizing space in a small cottage bathroom. Storage is both functional and decorative, with open wooden shelving, wicker baskets, and vintage apothecary jars used to store bathroom essentials. Hanging a vintage mirror with an ornate or distressed frame above the sink creates a stunning focal point. Classic black and white hexagonal tiles or warm, aged wooden flooring add to the authenticity of the space. Soft linens such as lace-trimmed curtains, floral hand towels, and a plush bath mat create a cozy and inviting feel. Adding a few antique perfume bottles, an old enamel basin, or a small vase of fresh flowers further elevates the vintage charm. A vintage-inspired bedroom should feel warm, inviting, and filled with timeless charm. Start by choosing an iron or wooden bed frame with a distressed or antique finish. Layer the bed with soft linen or cotton bedding in floral, striped, or lace-trimmed patterns to evoke a cozy farmhouse aesthetic. Handmade quilts or crocheted throws add an extra layer of texture and warmth. Nightstands with an aged patina, vintage-style table lamps, and an antique armoire or dresser complete the look. Hanging a canopy or sheer curtains around the bed enhances the romantic cottage feel, making the space even more inviting. If space allows, consider adding a cozy reading nook with a small vintage armchair, a wooden side table, and a stack of old books. Soft, warm lighting from bedside lamps or string lights helps maintain a relaxed and intimate ambience, perfect for unwinding at the end of the day. entryway is the first impression of your home, so why not make it warm and welcoming with vintage country decor? Start with a rustic wooden bench where guests can sit while removing their shoes. Above the bench, install a row of antique-style hooks for coats, scarves, and hats. A weathered wooden console table with a woven basket underneath provides a practical yet stylish storage solution for everyday items like keys and mail. Adding a vintage mirror with an ornate or distressed frame helps open up the space and reflect natural light. Decorate the entryway with an antique rug, a charming table lamp, or a repurposed wooden crate for extra storage. A simple vase with fresh flowers or dried lavender adds a finishing touch. Small details like a vintage welcome sign or an old farmhouse clock create an inviting atmosphere, setting the tone for the rest of your cozy cottage home. One of the most delightful aspects of vintage country decor is that it encourages creativity and DIY projects. Handmade decor items add a personal touch, making your home feel truly unique. Consider distressing furniture yourself by using chalk paint and sanding techniques to create that perfectly aged look. Create your own macrame wall hangings, crochet table runners, or hand-sewn pillow covers with vintage fabrics. Repurpose old wooden crates into bookshelves, stack vintage suitcases for a quirky side table, or turn mason jars into charming pendant lights. Even simple projects like crafting wreaths from dried flowers or painting antique picture frames can bring warmth and nostalgia into your home. Incorporating DIY pieces into your decor not only adds character, but also allows you to put your own personal stamp on your small cottage farmhouse, making it feel even more special and meaningful. While vintage country decor is all about embracing the past, blending it with modern comforts ensures a functional and balanced living space. The key is to integrate modern elements in a way that complements, rather than clashes with, the vintage aesthetic. For example, you can pair an antique farmhouse dining table with sleek, comfortable upholstered chairs. A rustic wooden bed frame can be matched with a plush mattress and high-quality linens for a perfect blend of old and new. Kitchen appliances in retro styles, such as SMEG refrigerators or vintage-inspired stoves, combine modern efficiency with classic charm. Lighting fixtures with dimmable features allow for both ambience and practicality. By carefully curating a mix of past and present, you can enjoy the best of both worlds, vintage country charm with all the conveniences of modern living. The charm of a vintage country cottage doesn't have to stay indoors, it can extend to your outdoor space as well. A cozy front porch with a weathered rocking chair, a wooden swing, or a vintage metal bench creates an inviting atmosphere. Adding antique lanterns, wrought iron plant holders, and repurposed wooden crates filled with seasonal flowers enhances the rustic appeal. A small garden with old watering cans, vintage wheelbarrows, and a wooden trellis covered in climbing roses or ivy creates a picturesque scene. For an outdoor dining setup, use a repurposed farmhouse table with mismatched chairs, layered with checkered or floral tablecloths for a country picnic feel. Hanging string lights or candlelit lanterns provides a warm, romantic ambience in the evenings. By thoughtfully incorporating vintage decor into your outdoor space, you can create a seamless transition between your home's cozy interior and the charming beauty of nature. Now that you have all these vintage country decor ideas, it's time to bring them to life in your own small cottage farmhouse. Let us know in the comments which idea is your favorite. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more cozy home inspiration from Cozy and Snug. See you in the next video.